that they accuse us so often of is that because we believe in these views, we want to go back to the old days. They say, an interviewer not too long ago on the campaign trail got up and he says, and he was rather indignant about it. He said, you'd go back to a document that's 200 years old? And I said, you know, sometimes the truth lasts longer. You know, we have the Ten Commandments, we have the writ of habeas corpus, and a few of these things are worthwhile, so age doesn't matter. But in many ways, freedom is a new idea. It's a very new idea. I said, in contrast, what you and others who object to what we're doing want to do, they want to go back to tyranny. That is ancient. That is what's not worth going back to. But freedom is a solution for us. It's not. It is not a problem whatsoever. We do not have to, shirk from that. We have to understand how it works. We have to be able to deliver the message and explain that it is not selfishness for ourselves, and it's not non-humanitarian. Matter of fact, what freedom is, it is humanitarian, not only because it respects the individual rights and lives and values of each and every individual, that if you really care about prosperity and the kind of prosperity this country has enjoyed, you have to come down on the side of liberty. But somewhere along the way, we had lost our confidence. 100 years ago or so, we have drifted to the point where we think the government has to be the safety net for everything, not only economically but socially as well. And this dependency on government has gotten us into this situation where some of us just see, how are we going to work our way out? But let me tell you, it's not that difficult. If we continue this process of spending ourselves into oblivion, destroying the currency, we're all going to suffer. Even those who think they're smart enough to avoid it, they're going to suffer, because economic turmoil leads to political turmoil. If we do the right thing and cut back, we have to pay a price, because if we as individuals spend too much and we owe a lot of money, what we do is we cut back on our spending, we work harder, we pay off our debts. Our country has to do that too. But if we have our freedoms and we go back to work and have a sensible foreign policy where it doesn't drain us constantly, we'll be back on our feet in a short period of time. But the most important element is to understand that all our purpose and all our action should be for the protection of individual liberty. They would like to paint us as being unpatriotic. But what does that mean? People who claim that are saying that if you're not blindly loyal to the government, that you're not patriotic. Or if you're not blindly loyal to the party, you're not a participant and you're not patriotic. But the truth is, just think of what the founders of this country, were they loyal to the government, the British government? No, the true patriots were loyal to liberty. That's what they were loyal to. It's the people and our values that are important, not how government have corrupted our system and our loyalty to that. They don't deserve loyalty. We deserve it. The Constitution deserves loyalty, but not the government itself. You know, the other complaint that I hear quite frequently is when we take this foreign policy and we say we ought to bring the troops home, that means we don't support the troops. But we stopped on our way here today up at Killeen, and we had a real nice turnout. 300 to 400 people, and they were excited, and a lot of active military people. And there are a few here today. And we get a lot of support from our veterans. Any veterans here today? Yeah. But the most significant number that I can cite to show that there's no reason to be embarrassed by our position and think we do not support the troops. Because the bottom line is this. In the last quarter, a lot of the troops sent money to all the campaigns. And if you add up all other Republican candidates and all the Democrats and put all their money together, they did not get as much money as our campaign got from the troops. You know, since 9/11, our freedoms have been under attack. And the one thing that I have complained about, instead of registering and concentrating on the so-called terrorists and understanding our foreign policy and how that causes blowback, what have we done instead? We have decided to register the American people. This, of course, is why I strongly objected to and will continue to fight this notion of the real ID, which is a national ID card. But we need more confidence in ourselves. We need a better understanding. We need to continue this momentum. Our meetup groups and all others must be energized enough that this will continue and that they will not forget about us and that they will hear from us at the local level, at the state level, at the federal level. And there's no reason why we can't continue to build this momentum. I have said, and I get the question frequently, when are you going to drop out? When are you going to drop out? And I say, well, told them, I said, you know, it's our campaign, and as long as our numbers are growing and the funds are coming in for us to be supported, I will stay in the campaign. What we need to do is once we get this confidence, we realize that if we have liberty, and we still have a lot, and we have some creative energy, but the purpose of liberty is to allow creative energy to come about. Under tyranny, it is squelched and held in check, and once you have that, you have the responsibility. It is the personal responsibility to strive for excellence and to strive to improve ourselves and to strive for virtue. That should be what life is all about. But if we allow our government to assume that role, they can't do it unless they undermine our liberties. And this is what we've done. Till now, this is a reversal. We are going to change this. We are going to continue this. We're not going to listen to the pablum of the other candidates who say some of these same words, but they have no understanding what real change means. So there's reason to be optimistic, and there's reason to be very pleased with what is happening. I am a lot more optimistic. A lot of people have held up signs in the past and that they said that I have helped remove their skepticism and their apathy. Well, I've been the skeptic, and some of you maybe had been apathetic, but there are a lot less now. But my skepticism has been removed because so many of you have encouraged this movement to continue. And let's stick together and let's see the return of freedom to the United States of America. Thank you.